Hi everybody! I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day today. I'm here to tap on some picture books for you to help you fall asleep because in my opinion picture books have like the most tappable covers there are. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. These picture books, some of them are pretty close to my heart and some of them are totally new. Let's start with one that's pretty close to my heart. This is the Butter Battle book by Dr. Seuss. So the reason this one is close to my heart is because this is one of those like books that my grandma had on her shelf while I was growing up. I think she still has it because we have lots of little cousins. But she had a lot of books on her shelf, lots of books that she and my grandpa really cherished, but like, I wouldn't say it was a small children's section, but it was like a limited children's section. So this is one of those books that I always went for. And because I reread it so much, I came to really adore it. The Butter Battle book by Dr. Seuss. Got a character here holding a flag. I'm sorry about the people driving by in the night. Okay, let's see how it sounds to open it. I'm not gonna like stretch out the spine, but Butter Battle book by Dr. Seuss. My grandma also had like a Berenstain Bears book where they go into like this spooky forest and into like a haunted house. I really love that one. For Audrey with love. Love Audrey. Snaps to Audrey. On the last day of summer, 10 hours before fall. Before fall, before fall, before fall. My grandfather took me out to the wall. For a while, he stood silent. Then finally he said, with a very sad shake of his very old head, "As you know, on this side of the wall, we are Yooks. On the other side of the wall live the Zooks." Then my grandfather said, "It's high time you knew of the terribly horrible thing that Zooks do. In every Zook house and every Zook town, every Zook eats his bread with the butter side down." The But we Yooks, as you know, when we breakfast or sup, spread our bread, Grandpa said, with the butter side up. That's the right, honest way. Grandpa gritted his teeth, so you can't trust a Zook who spreads butter underneath. Every Zook must be watched. He has kinks in his soul. That's why, as a youth, I made watching my goal. Watching Zooks for the Zook Watching Border Patrol. Yooks are not Zooks. Keep your butter side up. In those days, of course, the wall wasn't so high, and I could look any Zook square in the eye. If he dared to come close, I could give him a twitch with my tough, tufted, prickly snickberry switch. For a while, that worked fine. All the Zooks stayed away, and our country was safe. Then one terrible day, a very rude Zook by the name of Van Itch snuck up and slingshotted my snickberry switch. With my broken off switch, with my head hung in shame, to the chief Yookaroo in great sorrow I came. But our leader just smiled. He said, "You're not to blame, and those Zooks will be sorry they started this game. We'll dress you right up in a fancier suit. We'll give you a fancier slingshot to shoot." And he ordered the boys in the back room to figure how to build some sort of triple sling jigger. With my triple sling jigger, I sure felt much bigger. I marched the wall with great whim and great vigor, right up to Van Itch, with my hand on the trigger. "I'll have no more nonsense," I said with a frown, from Zooks who eat bread with the butter side down. Van Itch looked quite sickly. He ran off quite quickly. I'm unhappy to say he came back the next day in a spiffy new suit with a big new machine, and he snarled as he said, looking frightfully mean, "You may fling those hard rocks with your triple sling jigger, but I also now have my hand on a trigger." My wonderful weapon, the jigger rock snatchem, will fling him right back just as quick as we catch him. We'll have no more nonsense, we'll take the mark up from you Yooks who eat bread with the butter side up. "I have failed, sir," I sobbed as I made my report to the chief Yookaroo in the headquarters fort. He just laughed. "You've done nothing at all of the sort. Our slingshots have failed. That was old-fashioned stuff. Slingshots, dear boy, are not modern enough." All we need is some newfangled kind of gun. My boys in the back room have already begun to think up a walloping whiz-zinger one. My bright boys are thinking they're on the right track. They'll think one up quick and we'll send one right back. Maybe you can tell what this story is criticizing by now. They thought up a great one, they certainly did. They brought up a gun called the Kickapoo Kid, which they loaded with powerful Puadoo powder, ants' eggs, and bees' legs, and dried fried clam chowder. And they carefully trained a real smart dog named Daniel to serve as our country's first gun-toting spaniel. There's Daniel. Then Daniel, the Kickapoo Spaniel, and I marched right back to the wall with our heads held up high, while everyone cheered and their cheers filled the sky. Fight, fight for the butter side up. Do or die. Well, we didn't do, and we didn't quite die, but we sure did get worsted, poor Daniel and I. Van Itch was there too, and he said the old pig, the boys in my back room, invented this rig, called the 8-nozzled elephant-toted Boom Blitz. It shoots high-explosive sour cherry stone pits, and will put your dumb Kickapoo Kid on the fritz. Poor Daniel and I were scared out of our wits. Once more, by Van Itch, I was bested and beat. Once again, I limped home from the wall in defeat. I dragged and I sagged, and my spirits were low, as low as I thought that they could ever go, when I heard a boom-bah and a diddly-dill, and our butter-up band marched up over the hill. Butter-up band. The chief Yuckaroo had sent them to meet me, along with the right side up song girls to greet me. They sang, "Oh, be faithful, believe in thy butter," and they lifted my spirits right out of the gutter. "My boy," smiled the chief Yuckaroo, "we've just voted and made you a general. You've been promoted. Your pretty new uniform's ready. Get in it. The big war's coming. You're going to begin it. And what's more, this time you are certain to win it." My boys in the back room have finally found how. Just wait till you see what they've buttered up now. In their great new machine, you'll fly over that wall and clobber those butter down zooks, one and all. Those boys in the back room sure knew how to putter. They made me a thing called the Utterly Sputter, and I jumped aboard with my heart all aflutter and steered toward the land of the upside-down butter. Upside-down butter, upside-down butter, upside-down butter, upside-down butter. This machine was so modern, so frightfully new, no one quite knew exactly just but it had several faucets that sprinkled blue goo, which somehow would sprinkle the zooks as I flew and gum up that upside-down butter they chew. I was racing pell-mell when I heard a voice yell, "If you sprinkle us zooks, you'll get sprinkled as well." Van Itch had a sputter exactly like mine, and he yelled, "My blue gooer is working just fine, and I'm here to say that if yooks can goo zooks, you'd better forget it, 'cause zooks can goo yooks." I flew right back home, and as you might have guessed, I was downright despondent, disturbed, and depressed. Downright despondent, disturbed, and depressed. And I saw just as soon as I stepped back on land, so were all of the girls of the Butter Up Band. The chief drum majorette, Miss Yuki Ann Sue, said, "That was a pretty sour flight that you flew, and the chief Yukaroo has been looking for you." I raced to his office. The place was a sight. "Have no fear," said the chief. "Everything is all right. My bright backroom boys have been brighter than bright. They've thought up a gadget that's newer than new, and it's filled with mysterious moo-like-a-moo, and they can blow all those zooks clear to Salamagoo. They've invented the bitsy big boy boomeroo. You just run to the wall like a nice little man. Drop this bomb on the zooks just as fast as you can. I have ordered all yooks to stay safe underground while the big bitsy big boy boomeroo is around. Toppest, secretest, brain and nest. Toppest, secretest, brain, nest. Toppest, secretest, brain, nest. Toppest, secretest, brain, nest. As I raced for that wall with the bomb in my hand, I noticed that every last yook in our land was obeying Chief Yukaroo's grim command. Obeying Chief Yukaroo's grim command. Your Yukari, your Yukari, your Yukari, your Yukari. They were all bravely marching with banners aflutter down the hole for their country and right side up butter. That's when Grandfather found me. He grabbed me, he said, "You should be down that hole, and you're up here instead. But perhaps this is all for the better somehow. You will see me make history. Right here and right now. Right here and right now, right here and right now." Grandpa leapt up that wall with a lopulous leap, and he cleared his hoarse throat with a bopulous beep. He screamed. Here's the end of that terrible town full of suck-sweet bread with the butter side down. And at that very instant we heard a clup-clup of feet on the wall, and old Van Itch crept up. The boys in his back room had made him one too. In his fist was another big boy boomeroo. I'll blow you, he yelled, into pork and wee beans. I'll butter side up you to small smithereen. Small smithereen. This book is really dark. Grandpa, I shouted, be careful, OG. Who's going to drop it? Will you or will he? Be patient, said Grandpa. We'll see. We will see. A list of other books. Definitely the Cold War, trying to figure out who's gonna drop it, Very interesting. Also, why the heck was Grandpa okay with the grandson being outside when the bomb was about to drop? When everybody else was in a bunker. He's like, oh, come along. You'll make history with me. And then you'll get gooed up. Putting that aside, time to do a book that I haven't read before. Boot and Shoe. This is by Marla Frazee, 2-time Caldecott Honor medalist. I'm not gonna read the whole thing. But we can just tap on it. It says, Boot is a back porch kind of dog. Shoe is a front porch kind of dog. And that is exactly perfect for both of them. So you've got the... Okay, yeah, this is the back porch. That took some deductive reasoning. And our front porch dog. Let's see how it sounds when it opens. Oh my gosh. Here is Boot. Here is Shoe. Here is their house. And here is a whole bunch of trouble. Okay, should we flip to a random page? We've got green chair, brown door, brown wooden door, nice little plant, and a dog, white dog. person. 2 cats back home. But of course, I understand the beauty of a cute dog. Boot and shoe. So much glare. Something I did in my last video was that, like, the massage thing, the spiders crawling up your back, spiders crawling up your back, blood rushing down, blood rushing down. I loved that trend as a child. Apparently I also loved Cold War books. I never understood the significance of that as a kid. Okay. You might recognize this one. Oh, the Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss. This is one of my favorite children's books. I have read this one. I love how on the back it just continues the pattern. It's very like laminated from the library, so plastic. Let's see how it opens. Oh my god, it's even better than the last one. Ready? Open. Close. Oh, the Places You'll Go. Random page. Isn't that terrifying? If you read this as a kid and you were not scared by this page and it didn't like stick in your memory, you're strong. Stronger than I am. I really like horror. And even as a kid, like I would like be terrified of this page, but I would love it. I'd be like, what are these things? Can we learn more? There's so much mystery. Okay, let's go to my favorite page in the book. Oh my god, it sounds so good. This is The Waiting Place. This is terrifying. Are you ready? A place for people just waiting. Waiting for a train to go, or a bus to come, or a plane to go, or the mail to come, or the rain to go, or the phone to ring, or the snow to snow, or waiting around for a yes or no, or waiting for their hair to grow. Everyone is just waiting. Waiting for the fish to bite, or waiting for wind to fly a kite, or waiting around for Friday night, or waiting perhaps for their Uncle Jake, or a pot to boil, or a better break, or a string of pearls, or a pair of pants, or a wig with curls, or another chance. Everyone is just waiting. To me, this is extremely philosophical. I mean, this is like, I think it could either be a criticism of how we live our lives or just a genuine reflection of it. But one of the coolest things is that everybody's eyes look so dead. They're like dead inside. Soulless. Like this lady. Do you see? Those are dead eyes. Dead. Dead. And then when I was a kid, this was always like a line for like an outhouse to me. It stretches all the way back. And I don't know if it is an outhouse, but just why have I had like an uncanny number of experiences waiting in lines for outhouses at various locations throughout my childhood? I think it's just because we got to travel like road trips and stuff, so let's open and close it one more time. Okay, let me know if you liked this. I have more books, so I could do a part 2. I didn't want to read the Boot and Shoe one because I don't know if I would get like in trouble for giving away the story. I know Dr. Seuss has passed away, so I decided to read the bread one, but hopefully I don't get in trouble. I hope you guys have an absolutely wonderful night. Sweet dreams, happy